Alright, what's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we take a look at another another Spider-Man comic. This is comic number 537, continuing from the last YouTube video I just uploaded. And here it is. Let's get into it. He is just working up The War at Home, part 6 of 7. So, this is the last part. That's the comic we are reading next. So let's get into this one. Long night. Yeah, me too. You get bored anytime, you know. Where to find me, sweets. Bored? It's never a problem. Just saying. Lucy, it's honey. You know how I said I was gonna stay in this until I could get one big payday and get the hell out of turning tricks? Well, I think I got something. Gonna pay the way out of the door for both of us. We have to find him quickly as possible.
Because after a little stunt last night, Stark will do everything in his power to take Peter down. I know he's trying to keep the heat off us by keeping his distance, but at least here, there is a chance for us to protect him. We're not gonna have much time. Stark will turn this whole city upside down to find Peter. And we don't have anywhere near his resources. I know. That's why I need you out there. I know this means putting you at risk as well, but don't worry. I can take care of myself. Ha! Flame on!
Would you like some toast, Peter? No thanks, Aunt May. I've had plenty.
So, what's the agenda for today?
I think we should lay low until nightfall. Try not to attract any attention. That may not be an option, Peter. Why not? Come take a look. Oh. Now that's, what I call sending an instant message. I take it you received my message, Mr. Frisk.
23 songs and e-music. Nice. Huh, I did. This had better be good. I was just about to get my daily massage.
I think you will find this a great interest, Mr. Fisk. We have located the individual of whom we have spoken previously. I know that as an honest businessman, you wish this prison to receive the bonus he is long overdue. So I wanted to check with you to confirm whether or not you still wanted him to get what's coming to him.
Absolutely. I want him to get nothing but the very best, and I want it done immediately. Today, if possible. We don't want to lose any time in case he moves. I want this delivered to his address, and I want it to be a complete surprise. The kind of surprise that just can't miss.
Consider it done, Mr. Fisk. Just one last thing. If he does move on before we can deliver the package, what then?
Then deliver the package to anyone at home who can accept it.
Anyone?
Yeah, anyone. Because in the end, as with all gifts, it's the thought that counts, ain't it?
Ha! So you're going to look for him?
I am going.
You realize this could be a trap.
The thought had occurred me.
But you trust him?
This isn't a time for trust. Then why go? Because this isn't a matter of trust. Consider Stark. Could Stark think of asking Peter to go through all this just so he could get close to us and set us up? Absolutely. Would Peter go along with it? Maybe. But I've worked with Peter, and the things asked about him is that the worst liar I've ever seen. He has too much respect for the truth, so when he lies, it shows. And what I saw on his face last night was the unvarnished truth. I'm not arguing, but it's just possible that Stark maneuvered Parker into this position so he'd do exactly what he's doing. That he's telling the truth as he sees it doesn't mean he isn't being used. And if he's being used, then you're being used, and that's dangerous. It's possible, Steve. It is possible. So, come here often? That was the very thing. That was the very brave thing you did.
Thanks.
Foolish, but brave.
So, it was the wrong thing to do?
I didn't say that, but it does put you in even greater risk.
I had to get the message out to people, so they understand what's going on.
Except, of course, that the media ignored everything about the prison and spent all their time talking about how you were challenging the government.
They've got you pegged as, Benedict, Arnold, and a traitor to the American cause.
They've been saying words about you lately.
I know, but so how do you deal with it?
I've seen that look before. You've got a story, don't you?
Oh, I've seen that look before. You've got a story, don't you?
Peter?
Come on, Grandpa. Grandpa Steve, tell us a story. When the whole country is against when it's all bearing down on you like some kind of 10-ton weight and you don't know your own heart anymore. Sometimes, how does someone like you deal with it? Particularly the country. How does the man who is the country react when the country does a different way?
You really want to know. You really want to know.
I don't want to know, Cap, but I need to know.
I remember the 21st night of September. I really understood what it was to be an American. When I was to be a patriot. I was just a kid, 1,000,000 years ago. It seems sometimes maybe 12. I was reading Mark Twain, and he wrote something that struck me down to my core. Something so powerful, so true, that I changed my life. I memorized it, so I could repeat it to myself over and over across the years. He wrote, "In a republic, who is the country? Is it the government, which is for the movement in the saddle? Why the government is merely a temporary servant. It cannot be. It's prerogative to determine what is right and what is wrong, and decide who is a patriot and who isn't. Its function is to obey orders, not organize them. Who, then, is the country? Is it the newspaper? Is it the pulpit? Why, these are mere parts of the country, not the whole of it. They have not command, they have only their little share in the command." In a monastery, a king and his family are the country. In the republic, it is the common voice of the people. Each of you, your own voice of each of you, for himself, by himself, and his own responsibility, must speak. It's the solution, and weights responsibility, and not the lightly
to be filling aspire at the bullying of pulpit, press, government, or the empty catchphrases of population or politicians. Each must, for themselves, alone decide what is right and what is wrong, and which course is patriotic and which is you cannot shriek. This and above be a man. To decide it's against your contradictions is to be an unqualified and unexcusable traitor. Both of you, both yourself to your country, let men label you as they may. If you alone of the nation shall decide one way, and that way be the right way, according to your convictions of the right, you have done your duty yourself, and by your country hold up your head, and you have done nothing to be ashamed of. It doesn't matter what the press says, doesn't matter what the politicians say, or the mobs say, doesn't matter if the whole country decides that something is wrong, something is right. This nation was founded on one principle above all else, the requirement that we stand up for what we believe in, no matter what the odds or the consequences. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the world, the whole world, no, you move. Can I, carry your books to school for, the rest of my life? Come on, time to get you back to the rest of the group. I mean it. I mean it. Can I give you my lunch, my aunt-made tuna sandwiches again? And as I run towards the edge of a roof, off the edge of what I've known, and into the darkness of whatever's coming, beside the one hero who will never betray his convictions, never betray those who followed him, I think it feels good to be on the right side again. You've got an address. The address and your fee are both in the envelope. My client wishes to reinforce that you will have the best one shot at the primary target, so make the best of it. And the secondary targets? Amuse yourself. Declare's choice. If he's gone, that really don't matter, but if you can acquire the primary, understood. One other thing. The target has a tendency to sense danger when it's coming. This may complicate the job. Not a problem. I've come across that sort of thing before. I have a little solution to that problem. Yeah? It's called sleeping on the job. It's one of my 2 trade secrets. Yeah? What's the others? Never leave a direct communication to any job alive to testify against you. Damn. I don't like it. He should be back. By now. Yes?
Just checking to see if you need any fresh towels.
No. We're fine, thanks.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
You did a very brave thing, Peter.
I mean, it takes a lot of courage to change your mind about something after going so far down the road saying, I was wrong, has to be the hardest sentence in the English language. Actually, the hardest sentence in the English language is, what are you doing with my wife? There's never a really good answer to that one.
You've come at a good time, Peter. We're moving toward a final showdown with Tony's forces. We could use all the help we can get.
Well, I'll do whatever. I can, but it looks to me like, you've got it covered.
I hope so. When you go into battle, there are 3 elements to planning out the engagement. You have to be sure you know, and you have to know what you don't know. So, what's number 3? 3, the difficult part, because there are always some things that you don't know. You don't know, and those are the things that can get you killed. We know Tony's resources, his numbers, and thanks to you, his strategy. We know a lot about what's coming. Knowing so much just makes me all the more concerned about trying to figure out what we don't know.
I think you're worrying too much. You're the best tactical plan. You're the best tactical brain on the planet.
I'm sure there's nothing you left out of the equation.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's duel. So there we go. There is the next comic down. I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. See you all next one. Have a nice day and goodbye. Sorry, I do get muddled with my voices, and I'll try and remember them for the next one. So other than that, hope you all enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.